Hello there and welcome back to the Nish the Fish channel. I am Nish and I'll be the host today. Today we will be reviewing the Nokia 2.2. This was made in June 2019 and I'll be answering the question if it's still worth buying in late 2021. If you are new to this channel, please do consider subscribing as it shows your contribution to the insanely hard work that goes into these videos. So let's get started. So, the Nokia 2.2 is priced at a reasonable £80 to £100. This makes it a pretty budget phone, but is it worth it? Because after all, if you want a budget device, you want it to be the best possible for the money. Will the Nokia live up to your standards? Well, let's find out. Well, let's start off with the specs. So, the brains of this thing, it is powered by a MediaTek Helio A22 chip. 16GB of storage, 2GB of RAM, a 5.71 LCD display, and a reasonable 3000 mAh battery. So now moving on to the processor. This phone packs in a Helio A22 and this will be capable of doing your average stuff, like surfing the web, doing some light multitasking and watching YouTube videos. If you would like to do some gaming, you will be able to do some light gaming, but playing bigger games such as Call of Duty is not going to be the best as you will experience some frame rate issues. And overall it isn't going to be the best. But lighter games such as Among Us will have no problem. But if you would like to see another budget phone which is a little bit more expensive but you can get great performance for the price, check out the Samsung Galaxy A21s. I have done a video on that, so if you would like to click on the top right of your screen, you'll be sent to that. But carrying on with this great phone, to do some day-to-day multitasking, it should be fine. So now moving on to the storage. The storage on this phone is not the best, as you only get 16GB. So when installing apps, you will be left with around 5 to 6GB to play with. But over time, all those apps will get updates, then you'll start to see some issues. Talking about updates, you will experience 2 years of updates, which will bring you up to Android 10, and considering that Android 11 was launched pretty recently, it will be perfectly fine, and you'll have no compatibility issues. So now moving on to the battery. The battery on the phone isn't the biggest, coming in with a capacity of 3000 mAh. Even though it is at this capacity, you'll easily get a 1 day's use. But when it comes to actually charging the phone, don't expect great performance, as in the box it only comes with a 5W charger, and unfortunately this is the maximum capability. So now moving on to a more positive thing, the thing you look at, the screen. The screen on the Nokia 2.2 is a 5.7-inch LCD panel, just like the A21s which I reviewed earlier. This panel is very sharp, and because it is a smaller screen, the sharpness is even better. You do have a resolution of 1080p, which is actually pretty good for the money, because phones double the amount of this do actually have a max resolution of 1080p. So now moving on to the camera. If the camera on your phone is something you'll be using quite a lot, and you would like more features, then I do recommend you looking at the A21s, as it does feature a quad camera setup. But carrying on with the Nokia 2.2, this only features one 30-megapixel camera, and here it is in action. The phone also features a 5-megapixel selfie camera, which isn't the best but it was reasonably good. Overall, this is a great phone, but there are a couple of things which I need to let you know, such as it doesn't feature any wireless charging, which isn't a real concern at this price point, but if you would like to see some, you're not going to see it here. If you don't have any earphones, well, you won't find any in the box, and it doesn't have any water resistance, but this is expected at this price point. The conclusion is that if you don't use your phone to do a lot other than browsing the internet, social media, watching YouTube and taking a quick photo or video, you'll be fine with this phone. So if you are looking for a first phone, this is an amazing option for your money, especially because of the low price point.